Yo, what's up, guys? Welcome back to another video, boys. Alright, so basically today's video, as you can see, we are playing Ghoul. If you guys haven't heard of it, it's basically based off Tokyo Ghoul. If you watch that anime, it's a pretty cool anime. So it's based off that, and people are saying it's like a reskin of Type Soul. So if you like Type Soul, you might like this, but it's pretty interesting. I like the combat and everything. We're basically doing a guide. If you don't know what to do or whatnot, I got you. So basically, right, when you load into the game, or before that, like at the loading screen where you pick your faction or side, let me tell you this, like, if you want the easiest progression, go with CCG. And if you want, and it's pretty worth it, not gonna lie. I went CCG, right? It's pretty fun, pretty easy, and I already reached rank 1. It's very easy to like rank up and stuff for CCGs. But Ghoul is the grindiest. Think of it as like this, like Bleach games, like Type Soul, what is it? That one game, Project something. Forgot that one. You know that Bleach game, and then Peroxide, stuff like that. You know how like the Arankar or like the Hollow progression is always the hardest? Something like this. So Ghouls basically think of it as a Hollow, and then Soul Reaper or like Quincy is like CCG, which is the easiest to progression. And which, so if you choose Ghoul, you basically, right, need to get RC points. Your RC cells, I'm gonna explain it. So RC cells are basically this, I guess you could say, currency, if I have to put it in a way. And you don't use it. You basically like is there. So think of it as an XP. Yeah, XP. So you can't do anything with your XP, but it's there. So if you die to players or die to mobs, you lose cells. But if you eat players or eat, mobs by pressing Control B, by the way, I realized this too late. Oh, what the hell? I realized something late when I was getting my RC. I thought B was like to execute, right? And I thought that was like, that's how I can get RC points. But that wasn't true. Ghouls have a different type of style of getting RC, and which is Control B, and it makes you like it gives you this animation where you eat, right? And then B is just execute. You will just gain XP, no RC, no cell points or RC. But if you press Control B on your keyboard on top of a corpse, then you can be eating and getting RC points. And by the way, if you like don't know that like the maps and stuff, press P and you can see like the maps and stuff, right? It'll shows you events, it'll show you how, like CCG base. That's and then the gold like base is basically this coffee shop. You always need to go there to get quests. Check. No, that's not how you check your RC. If you want to check how much RC you got, you go to the hospital and talk to the guy. That's how you can check your RC. Uh, what else? And then if you want to get rid of the coldness, right? Like how your character says he's cold. Buy clothes. You can if you don't like the clothes at the shop, like at the coffee, you can go to the clothing store. They have cheap like clothing, cool ones. I picked this one. I picked the chef suit. I thought I might be cooking. And then you know how when you level up and get the chest and like take the loot, sometimes those don't have any use for it. The only useful things that you would like literally need is the fragment if you're a ghoul, and then the blueprints if you're like a CCG. And then the rest you can go ahead and sell at the park. Fragments can give you cells, bro. Fragments are the best thing for ghoul. It gives you like around 2,000 to 4,000 cells. It's literally the best thing. And then blueprint literally gives you weapon. Since CCG can't re-roll weapon, like their thing, like through like us through the gold point shops. They can what is it called? Collect blueprints from like grinding from loot chests, and they can learn that blueprint and craft it. And using the fragments, you can craft that type of weapon. What else? Bank is where you store, but the storage is, bro, it's trash. You only get like two storage, bro. What else? The construction site. Sometime here, there's like a big event where if you see like a similar logo to this but red, that's where you can like what is it called? Take the area, and whoever has like the most points there gets like soul points, or I mean ghoul points, and then you can also get like loot which spawns around randomly around the map. And then fast travel, what else should I cover? Oh, every time you kill a mob, every time you do a mission, right? Stay there for like around 20 seconds, and then a loot chest will come from the sky, in which you can like get all the items from. That's how you can get the loot chest. And once, what is it called? Uh, and if you don't know how you get your Kagane or CCG weapon, right? Like Kagane, you can get it by getting a bunch of cells, RC cells, and I don't know how much, like the certain amount, but it's not too hard to get. Just continue eating, and if you want to know like how you like you have it like the Kagane, it'll like have some writing, right? When you're like 50 HP, 50% HP, which is halfway, and then if you press Control E, you'll be able to be able to use your Kagane. And then for the CCG weapon, that you have to reach rank 1, and then talk to this one lady right at the area with a bunch of cases, right? She has cases, and you talk to her and you buy a case. Once you buy a case, all you gotta do is kill a ghoul, any ghoul, NPC player, doesn't matter. And then once you knock them down, don't don't execute them, but hold the chest out, I guess, or the briefcase out, and then click on the corpse, and then you'll be able to get randomly get an ability. And I think I covered that much for the game. But yeah, if you want, the quest board for CCGs are, CCG base, and the quest board for the ghouls are over there. And then there's these little events to getting soul or gold points. They give you like two or five. No, yeah, two. They give two as long as you get this to a higher number, you'll be fine. And yeah, I think I covered pretty much everything. Just the basics. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you're new to the channel, make sure to subscribe and like the video. And I'll see you guys on the next one. Peace.